It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Getting Down to Business. This is Rio de Janeiro, episode 7. Yes, episode 7. You see, man, we got kind of a little different setup now. I mean, you look at this. I mean, what are you thinking?
I love it. We should have did this to begin with.
A long time ago?
Yeah,
okay, so this is Rio de Janeiro, and we got...
Hey, I'm your girl, Kiosha.
Yes, my beautiful co-host, Kiosha, is in the building once again. And this week, what are we talking about? We're going to talk about the importance of having a website. And of course, this is because of business. That's what we focus on. So that's what we're going to talk about. And Kiosha, this funny thing is that when you think about a lot of these entrepreneurs having these brands and things that they're trying to promote, the products and things like that, most of them focus on what? Social media.
Yeah.
And social media is great to have, but here's one thing that people have to, especially when you think about what's happened with Kanye West and Kyrie Irving and anybody who says anything controversial or anything that's going on that, social media doesn't like, you can get your account taken away from you. Mm-hmm. So what happens to your business then?
Shut down.
You're done deal. Mm-hmm. So it's really important for you as a business to have a website, because when you talk about a website, the website is your brand. Mm-hmm. From that website, they should be able to find all your social media links. They should be able to get to your mailing list, whatever it is that you have, phone numbers, customer service, your products, everything. All your social media, everything that you got out there should be pointing towards your website. Mm-hmm. Okay, so don't get it twisted. I know some people think that websites are not as important as they used to be, but they're still important.
Very much so. Talk to us a little bit about when you are a small, like mom and pop. I see a lot of small mom and pops that don't put a whole lot of effort. It seems like they have a website, but it's not a great website.
Yeah, and that's a great point. So this is what you got to think about when you have a website, because that used to be my side hustle. I have a main job, but my side hustle used to be web design and graphic design, things like that. Now, one thing I used to notice when you talk to these different businesses that didn't have a website, the main reason is because they don't know how to set it up. Mm-hmm. Then you have some mom and pops that have an idea of how to set up a website, but it really doesn't look that great. And I think that's what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. So what happens with that is that you got to understand you don't need to do everything yourself. You should go ahead. If you don't know how to do a website, hey, you can hire a web designer if you want. You can
Freelancers.
You could go to Fiverr. Mm-hmm. There's some other sites as well. Go there and just pay for somebody to do your website. Or if you understand how to use a template, you could purchase a template. But sometimes the templates could get real crazy, and sometimes they could be worse than trying to build something from scratch because you don't know how to manipulate the template. Mm-hmm. Even for us that, know how to build websites, I've had issues where, I had too many plugins activated and it caused my template to be all messed up. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until by luck that I disabled something. I'm like, oh Lord, I just fixed everything. We don't have to buy another template. I thought we had to buy a brand new template because that template was garbage. It wasn't the template. It was user error because I didn't know what I was doing with that template. So, so the main thing I want to tell small businesses is that don't penny pinch on your brand. You can't.
Very important.
You can't. You need to go ahead and learn how to pay and delegate because that's the best way for you to get stuff done. So I want to go through some of the points about, why every business needs a website. I mean, these are things that, big companies talk about, Forbes and CNBC and everybody talks about this. Any business site knows that it's very important for you to have a web presence and not just have anything out there. You just have to do it right. So before I go through the whole list, I think the number one thing I always recommend for people to do is try to find a name for your website that you can also find the social media handles to match.
So you got to do some research.
You
if
have
you're
to
a
do some
beginner,
research.
just starting up.
Yeah, don't just go and buy a website. Marioswebsite.com. Okay, cool. Then you go to Facebook and find out that Mario's website is not available.
And you got to do Mario website 3_ asterisk $sign.
No, that is bad business. You ever hear when some of the artists say you could find me at Kanye West on everything? That's important. That makes it real easy. So literally, okay, I'm gonna go to Twitter and put Kanye West. I'm gonna put on whatever, Facebook or Instagram or the website itself. It's very important for you to have that continuity, between everything that you do. So do your research. Like, it's better to take the time to get the right name than for you to just have 50 billion names going along with your website. So another big thing is that when you talk about website name, that should go along with your business name. We're going to have a whole video, like the next week's episode or the next episode 8, we'll talk about all that stuff. But you want to make sure that your business name, your website name, all matches. Right. Very, very, very important. Right. So please take the time to do that research.
And very important as well, like when you're starting to legitimize your business as well, there's going to be individuals who are going to look for your online presence, and you don't want to be doing business as Pizza Joe's and then your website says wolves and bears. I don't know. I just pulled that one straight out.
What she's talking about right now is funny because that's what I was going to bring up is credibility.
Yeah.
So it's very important for you to have a website for credibility. Once again, when you talk about business credit and setting up your business, it is essential that you have a website. It's essential that they can find you online and see, okay, so this is the same company. I could see they're a legitimate business out there. Right. They're listed on, Google Business and 411. We could find you, and you're doing business. So it's real important for you to have a website for credibility. The other point is your brand. Your website is your main hub for your brand. You got to think about it. Yeah. We go to a website, and if the website looks funny, what are you going to do? You going to buy from them?
Scam.
Yeah, you're just going to put them in that category as a scam or something not legitimate. You want your brand to really stand out. And another big thing about having your website and having it stand out is the security portion. You need to make sure you got HTTPS in front of your domain name. that says that you got SSL enabled.
Especially if you want people to give you their credit card information.
Yeah. If you want to get some money from somebody, I think you need to have some SSL certificates in place. It's very important. I'm not buying anything from a website that is just HTTP and there's no S involved. And you can tell when you go to the website, you're going to see that if that little lock is not there on that address bar and you see a little slash through it, I'm good. For people who are not really technical, basically when somebody doesn't have SSL, any security enabled, that allows hackers to just sniff the line and they could grab your information. Like say if you're paying with credit card on a site that doesn't have that, your credit card you might as well just send your credit card straight to the scammers, because that's what you're looking at. You're looking at, the potential of you being hacked.
Yeah.
So if you're a legitimate business, you got to pay for that. Go ahead, pay for that. Another big thing is when you have a website, you get to have the domain for the email.
Right.
So now
that's really important.
Yeah. Now you're not Bobby@gmail.com or Bobby loves the Eagles @gmail.com. You're like, yes, yeah, I'm a consultant. What?
Right.
Come on now. That's not going to make any sense.
Step up your game.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that you could do with email, which we'll be teaching you more at a later time. Did you know you could get leads for your business with your website?
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yes. You can get leads for your business. So if you're selling things, you could get leads by having a page say if you have a newsletter and you tell people you're going to give them updates, just sign up for the newsletter and provide your email.
Or it could be even like what comes to my mind, I have a pizza parlor place in mind. You want them to know when you have specials or when you have coupons or something's going on at your particular location. You want to be able to contact these people, especially those individuals who patronize your business often, right? Maybe you have an rewards program that, they have a user ID password set up on your website, and they can log in and they can use their points once they've purchased so many times. So that is an amazing ability. And I mean, honestly, every business can honestly do that. If you're a barber, hey, you get so many cuts for me. You can log into the site. You got XYZ amount of points going on. Your next cut is on the house or whatever that would look like,
You could totally enhance your business when you have these things set up. You could schedule appointments on your website.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah, and like you said, you can have a membership, service or a membership sign up. So members get the perks, So these are very important things that you got to realize about a website. If you just have your social media, you could capture, people can follow you and you have their social media handle and you could send them DMs. You could tag them and stuff on social media. That's cool. But on the website, you can ask for additional information as well. And you could, grab things like phone numbers, which is highly valuable to grab customer phone numbers because you can text your customers. And people,
which they check more quickly
more often
than their email.
Way more quickly.
Yeah.
I've already received a couple of texts while I've been on this podcast, and I'll look at that real quick versus going into my email.
Right.
But people still check email. It's just that the phone number is king. Mobile number is king because we're always on our mobile phones. So what else? They talk about organic traffic.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, organic traffic. So how can you get organic traffic? Organic traffic is basically when you optimize your website and give the proper keywords, and you have good articles on your site or good information for if somebody's looking for like specific parts. You want to be real descriptive on your product page on the parts. And so when somebody's looking for that part and you optimized your pages properly, then you will come up in the Google search.
Right.
That's organic traffic. You didn't even have to pay for that. You didn't have to go out there and get a Facebook ad or a Google ad or anything like that. This just naturally comes. That brings up another point. That's why a lot of businesses or consulting companies, they make blogs. They make blogs to talk about a lot of different topics, because in those blogs, they're usually keyword rich topics, keyword rich texts that are on the pages that people are most likely searching for those items,
Right.
or searching for that phrase.
Or answers.
Yeah, you get those answers. And inside those pages, you can also promote the different products that are associated with what you're talking about. So it makes a big deal on how you optimize your website. And if you don't know how to do it, if you create your website through like WordPress, there's things like Yoast that you could get a plugin called Yoast, and it will walk you through making your pages more, SEO optimized. So don't feel too lost about it. But like I said before, don't, shy away from, paying for someone to take care of those things for you.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm with paying a professional.
I know you are.
I'm like, just give them the money. Because as a business owner and also someone who is a 9-to-5er as well, and I have a business, like I just don't have the bandwidth to even be able to do it.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to come across to people as professional, and you want somebody to, that first chance. Sometimes, first impressions are often the last impression, right?
Yes.
And so you want to make that really good impression, especially if, you have people who have never, ever heard of your brand before.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to make that first impression. So I'm like, hey, let's pay a professional to do it.
It's
You
better.
have to.
Sometimes it's much better. Like even me, somebody who knows how to do the websites, just because of time, I'll pay somebody. Like, we paid people to do our logos, and I was happy because I didn't have to spend the time trying to think of stuff.
Yeah.
It's important to be able to pay for that convenience to get that time back.
And then too, like I think, we might go into additional episodes regarding this, but the platforms that you choose to host your website makes a difference. How much money, what does that expense, kind of like look like? So I agree, pay the professional, but there are ways where you can actually be more economical and like where you're hosting it and all of that good stuff. So I don't want to act like I'm a technical person. I'll leave that to you. But I do know that makes a difference as to like how you build it, where you build it, and who hosts it.
Well, you bring up a good point, because recently, we've been making a transition over, because we currently have our website hosted with, with a GoDaddy type company, is a combination of GoDaddy and some other stuff. But we recently have some of our other websites hosted with another company, and we were amazed to know that, wow, so you're telling me I could do my scheduling for appointments. I could do memberships,
which we have been talking about forever. So like to build that out on this
without paying extra.
Without paying extra, yeah.
That's the crazy part.
That's amazing.
So you got that. What else is there? You can sell your products.
You can have a store.
You could have your store.
Your website.
Just a regular website with just your regular normal information, grabbing customer information.
A web builder for
doing
sales funnels.
Putting your videos up there. Like there's everything that you could do. And the crazy part about it is the fact that it's $25 a month.
Yeah. I don't,
That kind of
how much? Yeah.
that kind of irritates me because
Yeah.
of how much money I've paid in the past. Because you could buy a website and you could pay a cheap price in the beginning, right? And then they're going to say, well, it's going to cost this amount of money for to add a scheduler on there. It's going to add this amount of money to have a thing to manage your memberships, and it's just crazy. They just keep adding on costs. To know that you could have one thing that takes care of all that, that's a big deal.
One robust system.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So it's all about what and who you know, right?
yeah, that's true.
So like, yeah. So I am grateful that we actually found this particular product that can make such a big difference and is economical all at the same time. So
Yeah. So
it's a no-brainer.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna put a link in the description talking about how you could get that product, and like I said, $25, nothing extra. And then I'm probably going to put together a training.
I was just going to say, you should probably just do like a training so
Yeah.
people can actually see how user-friendly it is and all the stuff that you can do. And I mean, at minimum, you can just show them how we use the system here at Ballers Club.
Right. I'm actually going to make a YouTube video specifically showing people how to do it, but also I'm going to offer sort of like a training class to say, hey, this is how you could set up your website, do all these things, get your business up and running, like sort of like a fast track, get your business up and running fast.
And that's what we do here at the Ballers Club. If you guys did not know, that's what we're doing. We're assisting so many business owners just to get them fast tracked. We have been down so many rabbit holes and we have spent so much money, some great money, some not so great. So, so we have found this particular system to be an amazing platform. So that's what we do. We sharing.
That works.
Sharing info.
So next, so we talked about organic traffic. Okay, so did you know that a website can save you money?
How?
Because customer service, you could have some automated things in place.
Frequently asked questions.
Yes, to answer questions. So now, you have people that's calling, that want to call and talk to somebody. Let's make sure you have that information. Have videos ready. Make your videos explaining certain things that people ask questions about, or just write it out very well, keyword rich. You need to look up keywords and see what are popular keywords. That little magic trick, to Google. I'll tell it to you. This is free information. When you go to Google, if you type in how to, what does it do? It tries to finish your sentence. So whatever comes up first is the most popular how to question. So then go ahead and try to finish that. Say how to create, and then you're going to see it trying to complete your sentence. Keep getting more specific to where you're going, and you're going to see it fill out. And if you can make your articles match as closely to the top suggested, autocomplete that, Google is suggesting, the more likely you're going to get that search traffic.
That organic traffic. What's the name of that one plugin that we found out about?
Ooh, that's good. Man, what is the name of that?
Am I calling it a plugin or extension?
It's a Google extension.
It's a Chrome extension.
It's a Chrome, Google Chrome extension. Yeah, so if I could find the name before I post this, I will put it in the description as well. But there is this this Chrome extension that's amazing. That it not only tells you, like when you find that search phrase, it tells you how much traffic that phrase gets. That's big information.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
Just
especially for
that.
bloggers. If there's a blogger out there, like you can't live without that Chrome extension.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that, because then you're gonna know what to put into your articles, what to say, what the topic should be about. Right. And this helps you in your Facebook groups, and it could also help you with Instagram,
Pinterest.
Pinterest. We know how important Pinterest is. You guys don't sleep on Pinterest. Don't sleep on Pinterest.
Yeah.
It is great for business, especially for affiliate marketers. It's great, and people who are selling sort of products like clothing and just having any type of home business niche type deals. It's very, very great for those type of people. I mean, people that are doing those type of things. So let's see, what else do we have? Of course, we got updates and announcements. You could have your updates there, as well as I know that you guys use Twitter and send out updates, but sometimes people miss that Twitter announcement. You need to have a centralized location so they could come back to in case they missed something, and they could just say, hey, okay, oh, you guys are having a sale coming up this week, and it's only good for one day. Very important. You get the fine prints, get all the good stuff. It's important. You have that going. Your digital marketing. So think about when you're marketing items, right? Once again, if you market, say you have a bunch of flyers and you put out all these flyers, and the flyers have your YouTube, your Instagram, your Facebook handle, and one of those things gets taken away from you. You don't even have to do any crazy stuff. You don't even have to go Kanye. You don't have to go Kyrie. You could just be a regular person, and you don't know something, for some reason they just take your name away because it's free. You don't have no rights to it.
And none of us sat down and read that user agreement. I know we did.
Oh, nobody read that.
Nobody read it. So we don't know.
Yeah,
You don't know.
That's why all your data is being taken, is because you sign up for free accounts. And that's why they know everything about you. It's because you use their free Gmail, which reads all your email. You use all their free products. And so with that being said, they could take it away from you. So now you have this digital marketing out there.
Yep.
And what happens?
Yep, you get shut down because you broke a community rule that you didn't even know about.
You didn't even know about.
Didn't know about the community rule.
Like if you say the word, I can't even say the word because we're on YouTube and they shut us down.
Yeah, don't say it.
But if you talk about that issue that we had that started in 2020,
don't say it.
Okay, you talk about that, they will shut your channel. I mean, they'll kill your episode. They'll remove it just like that. So.
And then sometimes they just have technical difficulties. I mean, what was it last year where Facebook shut down? Nobody could get access. I mean, who knows what can happen?
Yeah, they could just be down. So when you think about those things and you think about your digital marketing, the main place for people to come to should be your website. That should be the main place. So for sure. The only thing that can stop your website from being up is if you don't pay for it. So just make sure you pay for your website. It's better to pay for something and you know that you own it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to, worry about it. So very important for digital marketing for you to do those things. And at the end of the day, we have to understand that I got to reiterate this, don't penny pinch. I just find it so amazing. I've found people that they're making good money, right? And they have no website. And some of them brag about it. Say, man, I'm making all this money. I have no website. That's not a good thing. You're still working off of Gmail. Do you know how much more money you would have made if you had a website? You're leaving money on the table. It is great that you're making money off social media.
Right.
But just imagine if you had a static location that people can come to all the time, not just your social media site. You need to flood the internet, right? Everywhere that you could post your business, you should be out there. And a website is your hub, is your central location for where everything starts. I really need you guys to understand the importance of that.
Amen.
Amen.
And amen.
So we're going to keep it straight, short, sweet, straight to the point, because we got another episode to make. We're going to get into some good stuff. What are we going to be talking about?
Business credit.
Business credit. Everybody
Business
love that
credit.
business credit. We're going to get into that. So thank you for joining us for this week's episode 7. Once again, this is your boy Rio De Niro.
And I'm your girl, Kiosha. And until next time, guess what? You already know. Keep balling.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility. Convince